Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. We are drafting Zendikar Rising traditional draft best of three. Chat, say hello to YouTube. We're coming off a pair of 3-0s, one with a cleric deck and one with a. What was that last one? Green Red Party, basically? If you're digging the content here, do please stop by the stream during the day at twitch.tv/Semulin and see us doing it live. Oh, that crab? That crab I don't like so much. The 017. The 03 crab I like. Well, this pack is stacked. So the things I'm interested in are Thwart the Grave, Low Mage's Domination, and Felidar Retreat. And even after that, there's still good cards, mainly in Into the Royal. It gets a bit replaceable after that. But I think I'm pretty happy to start with Felidar Retreat. Like I don't see how you go wrong with that. Gonna draft clerics. We drafted a bunch of clerics yesterday. But we'll see what comes around. There's no guarantee we even get to play this, but it's the strongest card in the pack. Like, I like to start my drafts with picking the best card that I can out of each pack and then trying to get a line for it from there. And this pack actually has some questions for that, right? Like, we've got a Bubble Snare, which is a really good removal spell. The Umara Wizard, which is one of the spell lands that I actually like. Because it's better than a land, and it does something when you're on 5 or 6 mana when you wouldn't want another land anyway. So I like that guy, and it can even be evasive. I think the pack really comes down to Bubble Snare, Anointed Healer, or perhaps even the Horn Beetle. I don't know that I want to go into green for this, but there's an obvious combo with this and Felidar Retreat. Now, there's no guarantee we'd get to play both. I think I'm going to speculate here on the Healer. If we can get into Clerics, or at least get into a deck that has some life gain or more Clerics, we could get a bunch of cats, put counters on the cats, start doing things there. If not, I'll get off of this pretty quick. But I think this was kind of a bunch of synergy cards in a bubble tea. So that therein lies our choice. This pack has a lot less options for us. There's nothing wrong with Farsight Adept. There's nothing wrong with Party Tactics, but you can usually get these a lot later. So I don't feel like I should have to take one of these here. Well, we would take the practice tactics if we're like, okay, we're going to force white. I think the best card here is the Shadow Stinger. This is a red-white duel, so there's some value there. I can argue taking that here, and we'll see what comes around, because it could potentially let us splash a red card or splash the Felidar Retreat. But that Stinger's interesting, and it may be that we're supposed to get in on rogues. Because even here, there's a Vanquish the Weak, but it looks like red is actually what's happening. Because I like the Geopede a lot. So this could put us into red, and we've already got a duel to potentially splash the retreat. That could be good. And white may still be open. It's just possible that clerics aren't open. So, like, we're probably not going to play the healer in red-white. Yeah, it looks like white's actually open. This is good news. This is good news, because that's a latest Journey to Oblivion. Dojo, thank you for the resub. Y'all spam some cats for Dojo. This can get anything. Like, I think that's the upside that people seem to forget, is you can get enchantments, you can get equipments. The Root Grazer is interesting to me too, but not over this. It cannot get a Shia. Fair. But that's why we'll get a Scorching Wildfire. Did you have to exile your own dude? That's funny. I think if I was 100% red-white, I might be interested in one of these two cards. There's still a possibility that we're just playing clerics and don't know it yet. So I'm going to take the healer. I can play that in red-white. It's not going to be great. But if I do get enough healers, we can turn this attended healer into something. Thunk. At least it makes a satisfying thunk sound, right? Oop. Okay, so yeah, we'll do red white, I guess. Gold. We are doing red white, so probably not playing the attended healer, but probably pretty happy with everything else. Yeah, this looks great. We saw the signs. It's probably going to make this not great. I could take the celebrant and try to make the attended healer into a card, or I could just take this and know that it's going to be okay. I'm going to speculate one more pack. We do want party people now, just for this. I don't know that I want this many of them. I probably don't want a combat trick, though. So, like, we've got this if we want to play it. I am taking this disenchant. I've seen too many games where my opponent has an unbeatable artifact and I don't have a disenchant. It displeases me. Yeah, if Warriors is open, we'll get the Warrior pieces. I'm not super stressed about that. That may mean that I need to just take this Relic Axe here. Because, like, I'd like a Teeter Peak Ambusher. I'd probably even like 2 of them. Our last deck had 4, which was a little too many. Yeah, we've played what, 2 Maul of the Cleaves, Sky Mauls. We've played 2 of those today. I beat both of them, but one of them was because the deck had enchantment removal, and the other one was because I'm amazing. You could even consider the Rabid Bite, but I feel like red white's open, and this would go the best in it, and is the least replaceable thing. So we'll see if this edges out some of the party stuff, because I kind of feel like I just want to do warrior things now. It's okay if green's open this direction. We don't need to stress too much about it. Because I think we got a pretty clear indication that we could play white and red from the other side. And this is just a good warrior for that deck. You'd be erring on the creature. Well, like, if this goes the way I think it's going to go, we're going to get a bunch of warriors and build a red-white warrior deck. Which is kind of what I think is happening here. So that means we can start edging out things that just don't really fit that. Like, probably the attended healer, probably one of these, probably this dude. Like, I still need 2 drops, and I'm still interested in party tags for the Minotaur. But we'd want most of our creatures to be warriors if possible to take advantage of making this champion better, make things not be able to block, make the Relic Axe better. Yeah, if the Wildfire Wheels, I'll grab it. It's a decent sideboard card for Ashaya, as we've already discussed. And it does open up a splash. Like, I'm not unhappy about that. Now, the Celebrant means that I could realistically play 2 Celebrants, the Healer and the Expedition Healer, and have some expectation of making cat tokens. The other option is just to abandon the red and get into blue and try a blue party deck. Because this is just better than what we've got going on in red. Would you consider the Chasm here at all? I mean, it's a good sideboard card. I don't know that we'd main deck it. I think I want to look back at this again. Because this is starting to interest me. Okay. Because this gives me 4 clerics, so like there's some argument that we could be making cats here and there. And cats with the Felidar retreat, it seems appealing to me. This is 2 to equip, right? Yeah, it's pretty bad. I still think we're going to see the pieces we need on the next pack. Unless just people don't value this the same way I do. Which I suppose is possible. I really don't need any of this, so it's a question of are we considering that we might switch colors? And I don't think so, so I'm going to take a spare supplies. There have been matchups where I want the extra card draw. I'm curious if I've just read the table wrong or if I'm in the right colors and we're going to be rewarded in the 3rd pack. So I'm pretty excited to get to the next pack. Okay, so black green was the answer you were looking for. Because generally speaking, if you're playing Dauntless Unity in your deck, I'm not happy about it. That said, this deck can make a lot of tokens and go wide. So at least we've got that going for us. We're warriors and clerics. And this can certainly be a part of that. It's the last cleric we need to make me comfortable playing the Anointed Healer. That is the world's latest Rabid Bite, and I'm passing it. I really don't care for that. I'm going to take the Hellion here. It fills a role as a 5-drop. Oh, we can play this. I've already got a combat trick. I'd probably put this in 2 currently, but... What a weird draft. Okay, there's another combat trick if we need one. That's the secret. They're kind of all weird drafts. I want to play Pressure Point. All right, so we've got Binding, which would be a solid removal spell, and we've got the Jerboa, which I think we would probably play. It's another way to like capitalize on tokens and have another Anthem effect for them. It's probably just a better version of the Banneret. But I don't know that I can pass this Binding. Because they're going to play stuff. We're going to want to kill the stuff. Yeah, this is what I don't have right now. Just solid removal. I don't want one Journey to Oblivion to be my only interaction. I should get hooked up with red and white cards this pack. And generally speaking, I like this one. It does some stuff in party decks. In our deck, it's going to be activate for 2, 4, 6, 7, draw a card. Now, I would be interested in another Minotaur, and I'm certainly interested in a Royal Eruption. But I think since we're actually doing red-white party, this is something we can do here. It draws a lot of the cards that we're interested in finding. And like if we end up cutting this Pyroclastic Hellion for it, I am A-okay with that. It's a 4/6 at a discounted rate, which I think we like. So here we've got another Binding. We've got a Spland, which is one that I'm interested in. We've got another Warrior, which I'm interested in. This guy would give us access to a Wizard, but it's not really doing much here. It's like we may play this. We don't have to. I kind of want to take the Minotaur currently because I feel like we're going to get there on playables. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that and just count it as a land. All right, we've got a Cabria takedown. I'm taking that. And we're just going to count this one as a spell. We'd be interested in the Shepherd of Heroes. Again, I like Cinderclasm mostly for the sideboard. But this last pack is indeed hooking us up where we had hoped that it would. This doesn't do anything for us except there's really no reason not to put this Bright Climb Pathway in the deck. If I have enough white, we play it as a swamp for activation of Tazri. If I don't, then we just play it out as a plains. There's no downside. Scorch Rider is our last filler. I'm pretty okay with that. That's going to leave us with a few more creatures than I want to play usually, but it's okay. I can probably turn this on, and it's almost assuredly better than that. Like, we're just doing warriors and clerics. That's weird. Practice tactics for 2 damage. Kite sail for trying to beat him to death. There's some options here. I don't even hate the raptor. Well, I'm saying I expect this to at least do 2 damage. I think that's probably good enough to take. The cards that I'm wondering about now are the Relic Axe. I don't know that I need that. Because that's kind of like encouraging us to go stack onto one creature, and I don't think I need that. That's not a bad 3. And it does give us another relevant party tag. Okay, never mind. Nobody was drafting red. That's cool, I guess. I have to pass another Minotaur, but okay, I'll deal with it. This has haste too. It just goes haste to face. I don't actually need any of this. That was the latest royal the world has ever seen. And we got a Cinderclasm for the size board anyway. What a weird draft. I may not play the Axe and the Dauntless Unity, but we'll check. I've got some room to trim on critters too. We can decide if the cleric package is too cute. Like, I'm not worried about making one cat, but we need to make multiple cats. So I'm going to count this guy as a land. And I'll figure out the exact land ratio in a minute, but that would mean I need 3 cuts. I could sort of count this as a land too. Well, it's early game. I don't want to count my early game as lands. And I don't want to count this as land. So like if I do here and here, we're somewhere. What are you? You're a warrior? This is the card that doesn't fit. If your healer is turned on for lifelink to get an ambusher or night runner. Huh? I don't think we're talking about the same thing. Whatever maximizes the enchantment. I mean, this playing lands maximizes the enchantment. But this is the thing that doesn't fit. The other option would be to trim a land. What's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19? I can trim a land. I can totally trim a land. Because I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 already. I think I'd rather have better top decks. And like we'll just play them as lands if we've got this out. Yeah, let's add these in and make sure we get our sources right. Because I think I want a little more white. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that would leave me room for 6, 7, 8 red. Sold. Sold. How is this bad? I think this is just okay. I think this will do, pig. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I need one more mountain. I need one more mountain. All right, cool. Let's party. I think this looks kind of strong too. Let's find out. What do they know? Do they know things? We will fire off our Stream Raiders battle first. If you're watching on YouTube, you could be playing Stream Raiders with us right now. If you were watching the live stream at www.twitch.tv/Semulin. We are smashing these rats. This was only a 1-star challenge though, so I expected us to win this one quite easily. Ah! Pew, pew, pew. All right, we've got Mike with the kills, David with the assists. What? Stream Raiders, please. I'm trying to do some YouTube stuff here. This is not what I wanted. Sorry, YouTube. There we go. It just took a minute. Scrolls for Techno Shaman, David, Wallet Inspector, Gold for Michael, and Click. Press F for Stream Raiders. Yeah. Not sure why it's having trouble today. That's a lot of Piters. All right, y'all place your units. We got a draft to win. Spider-Man! I believe this is your sandwich. We will take the play. We will find this acceptable, although not good. Because we would need red mana for this to be good, but we can find it. See? Best of 1 is based on rank, best of 3 is not. So if you're playing best of 1, it'll kind of force you to a 50% win rate. If you're playing best of 3, it will not do that. I think that means we play this out as a black source. Just in case we draw our warrior dude. No reason not to have this up. I don't think we'll be able to use it, but hey, what's up, Band Geek? I think we got our stream issues sorted. We will see. Yes, we will see. So that's one of the reasons I prefer best of 3 is you don't have to deal with that hand smoothing shenaniganery. Chonk. Well, you like your binding so much, you can have one too. There is a time commitment, but I've said this for a long time. Play whichever one makes you happy. That's not up to me. If you're having a good time playing what you're playing the right thing. But for me, best of 3 is where it's at. That is what I'd like to be playing. Everything's subjective, right? Do the thing that makes you happy. For example, I like killing my opponent. Huge fan of it. All right, so we're up against a red-white deck with equipments that I might care about and enchantment-based removal that I definitely care about. This sounds like a job for disenchant. And I don't think a Hellion is going to make that much difference on the draw. Let's just pitch him. But I do think I can get some value out of a disenchant here. There's an argument that Cinderclasm might be something we want. If I've got it at the right time, I can kill the captain, and it gives me a reset button on these. Num 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 num. I'm not sold yet. Oh, on the draw, I could see cutting it for this. Main board and side deck. I'm a violet character. Purple. Wizards are real, and I am made of butter. All right, we can do something with this. I do have some double whites, so we're gonna wait a minute before we play this out. Because I'd like it on black if I've got at least 2 white. Otherwise, not so much. See, now it can be a black source, just in case we draw our warrior dude. You reckon they'll block if I attack? No, there's no way they block if I attack. Like, why would you ever do that? So we'll just play the other warrior. They're going to need another cleric for it to do anything anyway, and I can always exile it if I have to. Geopede will kill you dead. This feels strong. And keep up blast. The +1/+1, they just want to kill my guy and trade. I find that acceptable. Now I don't need to keep up the blast. You just take the damage. Because this puts him basically dead next turn without, a removal spell or 2 creatures or something. Some combination thereof. Geopede's pretty good. That is not going to stop me. You did it. Well, there you go. There's that one sorted. Hey, we got a crab. Neat. I've got crabs. Yay! Yeah, I don't want to play a lot of combat tricks. I don't mind many, but like combat tricks was the last thing I was talking about drafting when we were talking about Brave Theory. This is a garbage hand. Let's keep it. Yeah, yeah. I knew you were here looking for quotable moments. So like that's just got to be a good one, right? Yee is how we would say that in Finnish. How would I say I've got crabs in Finnish? That's an important thing for me to know. Minuella on Rapuya. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right, we actually drew the thing with the guy with the stuff in the place. That's pretty cool. Cheap activations for me. Who respects Geopede? It me. I respect Geopede. Who respects Territorial Scythe Cat? It not me? It not me. If you kill this and get in, then we'll start talking about your Scythe Cat. But until then, I ain't too worried about it. You down with Geopede? I see what you did there, Keith. Ah, fair. Okay. So those are different words. So I kind of do need to kill this thing now. It'd be nice if I could draw a way to like kill two creatures in a turn, but I don't know that we're actually going to have that. This guy have vigilance? He kind of should. This is giving them a solid fling target, but the other one would have been better. And it's just 5 damage. Like, what are they going to do with it? Yeah, yeah. There is, of course, the case of the French chef who ended his own life. Do you know why? He lost his will to live. Get it? I'm kind of surprised they didn't fling the Hellion either, but I find it acceptable. It's olive oil in French. But you kind of have to speak English and French to get that particular joke. The same French chef. God, how did this one go? Because it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Why did he not want to make an omelet for breakfast? I think that's it. And it's because one egg is enough. Pretty bad. All right, so we're up against green red landfall stuff with kind of all of the scary pieces you would expect to see there. That doesn't make disenchant something we're super interested in. Um, Cinderclasm can be okay against this deck if there's something I want to take out, and I think I do want to take out the Banneret, so we can talk about a Cinderclasm there. See, a Johnny can appreciate these jokes. That's pretty good too, Rock Keith. That's pretty good too. I could see an argument for a Relic Axe or Relic Axe, spare supplies here too, but I think I want to see a little more of their deck first. But I do think I want the Cinderclasm. Like it's something else they can trade for one of these a turn or two after they play it, and it'll always get a Geopede. That's pretty good, Tommy. I approve. All right, all right, all right, all right. I think we lead with the plains and then see if we draw another land. Well, never mind. Now that I've got that, I just play this out immediately. Like there was some consideration, but if I can pick it up later, who cares? So ideally they play a Geopede or a Scythe Cat or something, and we're able to kill it with this. I suppose even better, they do that next turn and I can kill it. That's 2 cliffs. That's a lot of cliff flinging. Much cliff flinging. So with this, what do I like? I kind of like binding that dude. And hitting with a bunch of cats. But I can't do that. I guess I can do this and have up Molten Blast, which is not terrible. Because that could catch another one of these or a Geopede. And protect us from a combat trick. There's a lot of things going on here. All right, I'm going to help you all out here just a little bit. Alexa, play Power Slave. You are now listening to better music than you were before. I kind of don't want to deal with this. Yeah, I kind of don't want to deal with that. Looks like they don't want to deal with it either. Nice. Why do I have to be a power slave? All right, one more for some of the marbles. I'll play red white if it's going to be like this. Two matches done already. We're doing all right. No, we killed him. I just want to, well, there's a lot of options here. There's a lot of options here. Because if I play this into that, we get bigger. Maybe I just want the 4-3, though. Maybe I just want the 4-3. I can just play a 4-3 and be happy. Adventure awaits! Adventure! All right, so we're going to have a problem with that here in a little bit. I ain't really in a position to attack much. I think that means we get the party stuff going so I can get in a big hit next turn. I'm saving one land in case we hit Felidar Retreat. One land would not let me double spell with these. All right, so if I get +3 on somebody, I can get in a hit. It may as well be for this and gain the life. I don't see why that's a problem. And I can attack with this dude too. That seems all right. Like, these are probably going to trade, but I think we're okay with that. And I think I like holding one land, not two. We can learn multiple languages. We can be bilingual. Although I haven't taken my Finnish lessons in a while. Canadian seems easier to learn. It's going to be a lot of cats I have to deal with, and I don't want to deal with a lot of cats. But this is the world we live in. Green-white clerics. What a world. Yeah, I don't have any attacks here. We got to sit until we draw a way to deal with that flyer. You've moved to Montreal this year, and that's false. What is false? That you can speak more than one language? I know people who speak more than one language.
Tricksy force services.
Can we draw some of the cards we put in this deck that made it good? Because right now I don't have any, and we're just dying to stupid 3-4 flyers. I don't like that part. I barely speak English. I'm from the American South. The YouTube drafts lately have been get two easy wins and then die to something stupid in the last one, which is usually me making a mistake. But it looks like here it's just not working out. Should have played these lands out, huh? That card punishes me for having played the lands out. The other one rewards me for keeping them. What's your native language, Rusty? I don't think I knew that. You speak very good English, or at least you type very good English. I'm pretty dang close to dead. So we are playing a Minotaur of Blocking. If you speak C and R, you might be a pirate. Yar. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Yeah, it's 7 to activate. So if I'd played out all these lands, we'd be able to activate it. But if I'd drawn the Felidar Retreat instead of this, it'd be nice to have some cats. They're giving me another turn. I just don't think I can actually do anything with it. This may actually gain me enough life to keep playing. I don't think so, though. I'm going to gain 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, get another turn if they're going to keep acting like that. Like, they should still be able to kill me, but this buys me one turn. I don't know what I can do with it. I've seen that one, Kuashi. That one's pretty good, too. Language is silly. Tommy mentioned it? Okay. Sava. Oh no, they figured it out. Why would they have figured it out? That seems so bad for me. It seems really bad for me. I liked it better when I thought they were not doing this. Do I actually have a way out of this now? I can't. It would be very illogical for me to have a way out of this. This has to be enough damage. I am gaining 2 life, though. But I don't have to do the math. I've blocked everything. The biggest things I can block are blocked. So Arena can do the math for me. Close. We got him to 34. All right, so kind of interested in a Cinderclasm. That we know they've got at least X ones to start and that they're capable of making more. I would like more ways to interact with an Air Force, but Cinderclasm should be quite good here. I didn't see a reason to want to disenchant. And like, I've got ways to interact with an Air Force. We just kind of have to draw them, right? Like, that's what our removal spells need to be for. I really can't use a removal spell on something that's not in the air. I can handle that. And I don't think I need the Banneret against them. Let's do our Stream Raiders battle. Lagac doesn't do anything against that. They're gaining so much life, I think it'd barely make a dent in it. We've got a decent amount of life gain in our deck, just not really enough to compete with them. We've also got some good cards that I didn't draw, right? Like, that is what it is. Okay, this one kind of handled. You guys are monsters. We've got Keith with the kills, Stein with the assists, unless that changes on these last two Piters. Get ragged. Gold for all of y'all, more gold for closed, Techno Shaman scrolls for Elani and Thunair. Pick that up later. We're doing a YouTube video. All right, I'm going to twerk all over these things. Rawr. Oh, I can't put my stuff there. All right. So I think this is what I want. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is where I want to be. It's a bad hand. Let's keep it. I can go just as wide as they can. At issue there was I didn't, but I have the capacity to do so. The only cards they have that I need to use removal spells on are the 2/3 healer, which we'll do, and the flyers. Other than that, I don't care about their cards. This is fine. Okay, we care a little bit about that. A little bit. We kind of care a lot about that. But I got this dude to handle it. So we're going to take a hit. But it's going to be okay. Because next turn we'll have a 4/6. I could even conceive of double blocking it. Because I'm not winning with these. But I think I take the first 5 and then don't. Yeah, because this is the card that matters. They probably trade these off, which I'm not excited about. I could use it to pump this, but I really need Tazri in play this turn. So I think I'm just going to let them have this trade. Or they'll take it. That's fine too. It is kind of a weird floating circle. This matters a little bit, but we've got the Cinderclasm for that, hopefully. Dang it. I was using that. I'm going to have to do some blocking. Don't really want to. The trick is we'd still have to remove flyers only, because those are the things we just can't handle. Top deck Cinderclasm would be pretty sweet, though. All right, so they've got their pump, which we're aware of. There's nothing I can do about that. This trade is pretty good. I need this dead. They're going to deal 6 damage, which would kill both of these. I think this is all I can do to stay alive. It ain't pretty. No, it's not pretty. Oh, crap. I needed to put this in front of it, too. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I always do that on the last round of the YouTube videos. It's like clockwork now. I just math bad on that one. And I must suffer for my sins. Oh, I don't care for that. I don't like that at all. This displeases the Travis. This displeases the Travis greatly. Why didn't you warn me? I mean, to be fair, I think even if we lose this, we're in a pretty rough spot here. But if that was dead, our board has kind of a plan. Albeit a not very good one. Because I'm planning now on getting 2 creatures in play. That's a little sauce. That's a little sauce. All right, I have to play this and gang block that guy, and I'm still dead. Yeah, we're still just dead. If I'd drawn a land there and we could take down this, I think we're actually beginning to play Magic. But we're not, and I can't. So there's no point holding it. If they screw up and just attack with the flyer, I might still get a turn, but I don't think I will here. Okay, I feel better. I feel better. We were very dead. It didn't matter what I did. Unless I'd killed that, in which case we'd have been fine. Well, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Chat, say goodbye to YouTube. I think what we've learned is that I choke every single time in the finals of the YouTube drafts. So if you want to see me draft a 3-0 deck, you're really going to have to come to the stream and do it. I think that's the only way you're going to get to see one, which is at www.twitch.tv/Semulin. You can find it there. I don't know that we were winning that game without a boneheaded block, but it certainly didn't help. Certainly didn't help. That said, I do think Magic is a game about not... Like, you can't beat yourself up when you make mistakes. Try not to make them again, obviously, but I'm going to do that again and miscount on the blocks again one day. It's going to happen. It's trying not to let that tilt roll into the next draft, because I'm still planning to do at least another draft for the day. So if you do something really boneheaded, take a break, walk around if you need to, but don't let it weigh you down and don't feel bad about it. Like, it is what it is. Yeah, draw good cards, too. That's good advice. Thank you for watching, YouTube. We'll see you tomorrow.